Where do I hang this thing? This is the box. Maybe right there. There it is. It's over there. It's about time I switched over and used this YouTube channel. Why is this crooked? There we go. Was watching a new video. Yep, just uploaded that a little bit ago. Decided to check in over here. Just had an email from somebody and said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to turn on the Handyman business and see what people are up to. Gotta find a place to hang my new track. Let's go right up here. In front of the cow. Perfect. Staying inside. It's negative 35. Holy cow. It got down, I think it was like negative 5 when I was painting the cabinets a couple nights ago. All right. Where do I put this thing? Put this over here. Thought you were gonna I ran out of time. I still have all the parts to make a decent track saw where I could reuse the cordless circular saw I already have. I don't know where it went. Somewhere around here. But I broke down and spent $580 on a DeWalt 60 volt cordless track saw. Oh, the chainsaw is great. I'm about ready to fire it up and working on this stuff. Yeah, the chainsaw purrs like a kitten. I chopped up a little bit of firewood. I'm not sure how it's dry enough to burn or not. But yeah, this thing works pretty good. Broke it in the other day. Find a home for all this stuff. How old am I? What age did you start your own business? I'm 42. I started doing, well, I've been doing side jobs since I started college. 100% self-employed. I started in 2008, I think. Yeah, I got it on Amazon. There's a link to the track saw in the description of the most recent video. You guessed 39, huh? Same here. Marilyn Young. Same effect on me too. The stump is going to be a table. Where did you get? Oh, hold on. Where'd you get that? What brand is the winter jacket? Oh, what jacket? The green one? I got that at a secondhand store. What's that thing called? The Salvation Army. The green coat that I wore in the other video. I didn't celebrate Chinese New Year's this year for some weird reason. I'm not usually the one that hosts that event. I did sell the sailboat. Still had. Did anybody watch? Is this thing frozen? No. Anybody watch the? Jesus, a lot. How do I turn? The live stream of painting the cabinets, the 9-hour one. Ugh. It went all night long. So I got a new paint sprayer that I'm going to try to film a video on today. And I'm going to spray this same exact gray paint. The same mixture, same viscosity, the same paint that's in this cup right here out of the new sprayer and see what the results are. Because I probably should have thinned this down more for this specific gun, and I wouldn't have had any issues. But I just want to see if the new sprayer can atomize this exact same mixture any better than this one did. I need a spot to put it. Put it on top of the fireplace. Get the sander out of the way. Any other questions out there? Parts of it. Yeah, well, I was determined to get those done. Those cabinets painted. It's because I needed to be done with that house. Someone asked if I was getting mail at that house because I had been working there so long. Kind of a funny comment. Alrighty. Sturdier, right there. Let's try this side. Oh, that's it right there. Does the insulation in your garage help? Yeah, it does. It's been 2 or 3 days since I had any sorts of heat in here. It's 48 degrees in here right now. Oh, someone asked a good question. Do I mark up materials? God. When I'm coming up with my own pricing, I don't think I do. I don't break things out like that. Fix the garage door, sir? I think the garage door is fixed. Yeah, so I don't necessarily mark it up, but I could allocate a dollar figure towards material markup. It all evens out in the end. What are you guys talking about? Sam, what did Sam ask about? Oh, have you ever used an electric drywall sander with a vacuum attachment? I'm considering. Oh, I use a hand sander with a shop vac attachment. Put insulation on this. Yeah, that door there. I need to do the door, and I still need to do the ends of the ceiling, the A-frame part. My back is actually right on the edge. Moving those big cabinets around from here to there, all around the workshop, did strain it. And this morning it was a little stiff. I just had to check because I had forgotten about it. So it loosened up today. Back's doing pretty good. It's been a while since it's went completely out. What's the worst job I've ever done? Oh, it'd probably be down in Florida when I worked in the ghetto and there were roaches in all these rental houses and stuff. It was nasty down there. Yeah. Roach work, or work in houses, low-income houses that had lots of these stinky roaches. Ugh. So I was doing some research on my new chainsaw. I thought I would pass a bit of information along to you. So if you ever watch an Echo chainsaw video where the guy is wearing a pair of Echo orange chaps, it's a sponsored video. You can't do, when Echo sponsors a video, sends you their chainsaw, you have to wear their safety gear in order to get paid. Thanks to your camera. How? Oh. Are you talking about the live stream? Oh, there's a good question, Marilyn. Do I require a down payment or a deposit? Not a deposit, a down payment. Yeah, I'll get got it, even less than 5,000 before I start. And sometimes I'm not real good about keeping up with invoicing for the subsequent parts. I just get so busy with doing the actual work that I forget to ask to be paid. But yeah, definitely I always get 50%. I used to do 25, 25 or 25, 50, 25, but now it's like I got to get that 50% up front. All right, well, I'm going to see if I can cut this thing right there. Probably should put something over my eyes. Check over here. I used to have a face shield. Oh, it's on the floor. Oh, it's covered in paint. It's got a whole bunch of gray paint on it. We'll come up with something different. If you get far behind on projects, how do you handle them with the clients? Raven, is that, I mean, like, just like the scheduled labor? How do I handle it with them? Learned many years ago to under promise and over deliver. So from the very beginning, I tell them it's going to take longer, a lot longer than I think it will, just so I'm covered. I never really get behind. The only time I get behind, if I do, is when they start adding a lot of extras. And I never say no to extras because it's just guaranteed work. And they're guaranteed to accept the price. It is what it is. Like all the extra work on this this remodel from the kitchen to the living room to the dining room. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, even to their there's a lot that never made it to YouTube and never will. A good 30 to 40% of the work I did at that house, I didn't get a chance to video because I was just going like a madman. I did a whole bathroom, a half bath remodel on their main floor. That'll never make it up to YouTube. So I can tend to get behind a little bit when they throw a whole lot of extras at me. Let's see. How about some hearing protection? Oh, all my hearing protection. Oh, I had this crazy job last night. All the hearing protection is in my truck because of someone called me from Florida, said that they're looking at their house here, and they see that all the smoke alarms are going off in their house, and they hear this through their security cameras, and they say, well, they don't see smoke, so they're in the fire department, and can I go over and figure out why the smoke detectors are going off? So I took my earmuffs with me, and they're still out in the truck. Raven, another good question. What if a job takes longer? Well, I never schedule them that close, but if someone says, hey, say I've got a week buffer, it's always going to take longer. Always will take longer, a lot longer. That's why you kind of tell them it's going to take a certain amount of time, because you just know there's going to be things that come up. So if the extras they ask me to do are going to take longer than the next project starts, I'll tell them, yeah, I can do it, but I'm going to be not full timing it. It's going to be nights and weekends and maybe some half days until it gets done. Then the next project that's supposed to start, sometimes, I don't like to push people off. This rarely has ever happened to me. I'm trying to remember how and what I've done to deal with it, but you learn from the mistakes and don't make them. You got to keep those buffer zones in between one project and the next project, especially on the larger ones. Nights and weekends, you have to use those to keep ahead of the game. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. AEPEK. How do you pronounce your name? APEC? APEC? Is that how you spell it? APEC. Okay, got it. APEC. Yeah, it's something that you pick up over the years. I mean, and I learned this before I even went into business for myself, because I worked for so many other construction companies since it was in high school, that you just kind of know that something will come up somehow. It is different on everyone. Yeah, I have a property manager that has a running list for me. So actually today is Sunday, and I could go to work all day if I wanted to, but I kind of want to make a YouTube video. I had to edit this morning's video, and I wanted to play with my new chainsaw and build this table. Yeah. When's a job too small to take? That's a good question. It really depends on what stage of your career and your business growth you're at. I try to never turn down a job. Small jobs are a great opportunity to do a good job at a high value for their dollar. So what that means is you give them a great deal on a small job to get your foot in the door. You just blow them away with customer service, value for their dollar, and you'll be the first on the list for them to call next time they need something fixed or need something bigger. Jake Jones, he's always in these. Oh yeah, it's talking dirty time. Well, actually, we are up to about 66 people. If you guys were in the live streams where I was building the cabinet or painting those cabinets, I wanted to thank you. It's the only way I would have gotten them painted that night, is if I was hanging out with you guys, in between coats, going over there in the other room, hanging out, chatting, coming back, putting another coat on, mixing the paint. I would have went to bed a long time ago and not have gotten those cabinets painted that night. So thanks. Aaron asks, do you work for realtors? No, but I I don't know if I've got so much work that I don't need to go look for any more work. I have worked for realtors in the past. I've got one that I work for, I guess, exclusively. Work for him, work for his all of his friends and family. Um, but if I was, it was earlier in my career, and I had a line with a realtor, I would be soliciting that realtor, saying, "Hey, do you need any help? You got any houses that need things fixed?" Um, Trying to get that word of mouth traveling to his customers as well as the realtors that he works with. But at this time, I've got way more than I need as far as work goes. Oh, the what other type of work? It's just some, I guess you call it consulting work for homeowners that want to do the work themselves. Um, and it's a long time customer, so it's not like just some random person, but um, money for me, and I don't have to. Well, I did go with them. I showed them how to measure out walls and stuff. Um, they're finishing their own basement, and I believe they have the entire thing finished already or framed. And I got to go down this week and help them do some of the back out framing, where you put in extra blocking for backing and also fire blocking. Um, so I guess there is a little bit of labor in that. Jake Jones, they've already have said, well, can you finish do the bathroom? Is it in the basement? And I'm like, I don't know when, but I mean, I've got to come up with video content, so I try to accept everything. But it's like June. I mean, I have work scheduled into the end of 2020. Not every day is scheduled, but as of right now, I don't think it's possible for me to schedule a bathroom or anything significant earlier than midsummer. Well, how much to put a bathroom in a basement? It depends on who's asking me to do it. It's all about the budget, the location, the value. Um, you could do it for around 8 or 9 thousand if you're paying for the labor. I would, a different person, I could easily charge up to 20,000. So yeah, there's a big difference in pricing. Oh, this, what am I trying to say here? The remodel series that's on the main YouTube channel, their basement finish is on YouTube. And I did it two years ago. What the heck did I call it? But I got that job, and I don't know. I think I was like at 25,000, and the competition, and that was, it may have been 3 years ago. Competition was bidding it at 40,000. So I came in as a one-man show, and got the job for mid-20s, I think. And it was only a bathroom and a bedroom. That's it. There was plumbing already there because there used to be a bar. I didn't have to do some significant demo, but I framed a bedroom, a closet, a bathroom, a shower, and did the whole thing. Oh, someone asked here. Oh, this guy DJM93. How long do you typically allow the grout to set before you start cleaning it up? Someone just said, I'll get to that grout ones. Talk about raping a customer. That's the prices around here. It's, I want to say it's like $60 a square foot to finish an unfinished basement. So you got 1,000 square foot basement. There's easily 60 grand, and that's a starting point. If you have a wet bar, a bath with tile, like a tiled shower, not just the fiberglass surround, you can easily spend 80, 90, up to 100,000 in on finishing a basement. So yeah, I know different parts of the country you can buy a house for that much, but around here, um, oh yeah, it was more than just a bathroom. I had to demo an entire wet bar, build a bedroom, the walls and the bathroom. It really wasn't a full basement, but it had tiled shower, tile wall, tile floor, um, and I charged, like I said, around mid-20s for my labor and the rough materials. Rough materials would be drywall, joint compound, 2x4s, framing nails, the plumbing, the electrical, everything behind the walls. They supplied all the finished materials. Mox PP, how long have you been doing construction for? I would say my entire life. I started making up receptacles in a house, I want to say 10, 11 years old. 15, 16 years old, I worked summers doing siding and roofing and other broom sweeping activities that a young teenager does. Customers making lunch or, what does that say? Customers making lunch or dinner can be good or bad. Very bad. I'm not sure what that means. How are people even willing to wait till 2020 to get something done? Um, you're right, Ryan D. I must have an extremely loyal customers and a lot of them. That's what I spent the first 4 or 5 years doing, is just building these relationships with customers year after year after year, so that and some of these that are waiting for 2020, they're investment properties. So they say, put me on the books for 2020 because that's when I'm going to be ready to do a major renovation to my rental property. That might make things make sense a little bit more, Ryan D, about why people are willing to wait so long. But they're trying to get it on my tentative schedule so that it doesn't turn to 2020 and I'm all booked. When do the females in bikinis arrive? It's cold. Customers trying to pay with meatballs. Bad idea. No, I'm with Jake. Where are the honeys? I wish there were some honeys around here. See if there's any other decent questions up here. South Dakota. It must be. Oh yeah, South Dakota. Cost of living's really low. I'm not sure much about the tax law in South Dakota. Let's see. I really struggle with not taking on too much work because as a one-man band, my schedule fills fast. I don't like to work all the time. You need to like to work all the time. People still live in South Dakota. That's funny. Oh, there we go. Back to the guy that ends with 93. How long do you let it set? It's different temperatures, different humidity levels, but you go over and check it. You want it to set up a little bit, but my first wipe to get the if it's a messy, walls are always messier than the floor. So it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes. I don't think I'd ever let it get to 30 minutes before I start sponging it off the first time to get the bulk of the material off. So once I go for one pass, I keep working my way around, and I let it haze up for the second pass. Depends on how clean I got it on the first pass, if that makes sense. But you don't want to wipe it too much, or you'll start scooping out too much of the grout, and your grout joints will sink into the tile. Then there's always going to be a little haze left over, and the next day I'll go over the whole thing and buff it with a rag. No such thing as not liking to work as a small business owner. Yeah. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't ever stop, basically. What do I feel is the most profitable trade? If you are working for someone else, it's all the same. If you are owning the business, say we'll just use a small business as an example. I think I've said this many times before. I think the HVAC business is there's good money in there and there's a high demand for it. But you have to have the reputation and the advertising and the marketing to be real big at it, to get the workload. What I do is a one-man show. I don't know if HVAC is the market for a one guy operation. But if you had like a crew of 5 or 6 guys in an office and trucks and stuff, I think HVAC is pretty good. I don't know. You got to go. You got to do a lot of volume when you start taking on employees. It's kind of a balancing act. You got to go big or stay small. The middle ground guys, they're always struggling. You're welcome, High Ridge Handyman. What's up, Mark? We only made it 32 minutes before the damn thing kicked me off. Not sure why. Maybe I need to move around more. Maybe it was just me staring at it that... This thing's still working? Testing. Is everybody buffered and back? Nope. There we go. We're back. I need to get something better. Who's that? Oh, got an email. Oh, it's from the guy. I wonder if I could read an email. Probably not. Probably I don't mess with it. It's my server. Buff. Yeah, I got to quick start poking buttons to get back on because it completely kicks me off. And then we get back on. Is it still buffering? What's my battery at? Oh, I'm at 99%. I can move you guys closer to the house. Chat over in this corner. I bust out this chainsaw and cut the bottom of that stump. Jeez, let's set up. So you're closer to the Wi-Fi now. I need to make myself a stool. Fire that chainsaw up. Yeah, I need to get a signal booster or a signal repeater or something. Hold on a second. Why is this freaking leg so much shorter than their other ones? There we go. It's bothering me when it's crooked. Haven't lost your stream yet? Oh, well, that's good. 81 people in here. I don't know what did she say? Hey, Smoking Chiba. Today, you might be interested in this. I don't know how long you joined the live stream, but I'm going to use a chainsaw. Let me loosen this thing up, point the camera over. On this stump. I'm going to square off the end here and turn it into an end table. So you're going to cut that. It's like this. Kick the wife. She's not even home. Please don't cut my arm off. But I went through the whole thing. Make sure the bar, the chain is tight. It's oiled. I cut up some branches with it yesterday, just testing it out. Do I have any hunting stories? I've got lots of hunting stories, but that's for a different YouTube channel. How do you install a vent for a bathroom? Oh, they can be tricky. Tip guard is still on. That's funny. I don't know how to use this. Well, I mean, it's really not that hard. I'm gonna leave the tip guard on for a little while longer. Um, the bathroom fan, fart fan. Um, Hopefully the bathroom's on an exterior wall, and you have your joists running the correct direction. There's going to be drywall repair. If it's on the second floor and you have an attic, you can do all the work from the attic and not need to do drywall repairs. I've done them in a basement. Ooh, someone got message. Oh, message retracted. Basement ones, they're usually a smaller bathroom, and hopefully it's on an exterior wall and you've got your floor joists running to the exterior wall. I've been lucky so far. I've only retrofitted maybe 6 or 7. Nah, it's probably more than that. Give us the channel. No, I can't have that information getting out. Handy Andy he cracks me up too, but the message was loud and clear that he triggered too many people on the other YouTube channel. So kind of put him away for a while. I've brainstormed different skits or something, things like that for a return. Someone's trying to bait me into talking about hunting because it's something I love to do. I use a 308, I use a 300 Win Mag, and I use a 6.5 Creedmoor for rifle hunting. Helmet for squaring the log. Actually, I was going to wear... Where the heck did that thing go? I lose so much stuff around here. I was thinking of wearing this thing, but like I showed earlier, I painted it with gray speckles. Probably time to upgrade that face shield anyways. Actually, this was supposed to be the channel that I didn't care. Like, it's not a business. It's not for money, and I could just talk and do whatever I wanted. As long as, bullshitting with other guys who are in the same type of business. Guys crack me up. Tell the snowflakes to shut up. Yeah, those snowflakes. Actually, I don't know what, it was a long comment from a lady. Kind of felt bad for her husband. The comment went something like this. I'm married, I have a great husband, but he doesn't know how to fix anything. Like, if you hand him a screwdriver, he wouldn't know what it's used for. And she is a farm girl, was raised by real manly men that knew how to fix everything. And she was asking me, how would someone that's never been around tools or fixed anything, how would they learn how to do this stuff? And my response, maybe you guys can tell me if my response was correct. I said, well, the generations of yesteryear, before the internet, most men bought a house and they had how-to books. I've showed a couple of them. They had, basic residential electric, basic residential plumbing, carpentry, and go get a book. And obviously YouTube and internet has taken over the resource. I'm like, you can learn a lot on the internet. And I also said, I personally have never been to one of these, but I heard Home Depot gives little classes, like how to, of course, it's mostly like how to do faux paint and stuff like that. But I think they've had classes on like building a birdhouse and how to install tile, painting. I don't know. Maybe that was bad because I really don't know. Because I've been in there on a Sunday morning. Home Depot has summer camp. It was a blast. It was nice. It's usually for children, but that was the second part of her email or her message was that they have two sons and they don't want the sons growing up without being able to, I don't know, assemble some IKEA furniture. And how do we get this knowledge to pass on so that we don't have another generation of people that don't know which end of the screwdriver to use? Class of '08. That's funny. Thanks for chiming in there, Rob. It's good to know that that it's worked for people that have had that situation. I guess the guy didn't. I don't know. Maybe he was raised by a single mother or something like that. Class of '08. That's hilarious. IKEA doesn't know how to build IKEA furniture. Did I just assemble? No, it was a Target. I just put together a Target dresser. It was very similar to the way IKEAs go together. You got those locking screws. You put a screw in like this, and another one kind of clamps in around it. Pretty straightforward. All you need is a. Are we buffering? Cams? No? Okay, someone just said buffering. Okay, good. Yeah, there are a lot of men that. Let's see the shadow. Shadow's inside. Actually, that's what I gotta do. I need to order another holster for that. I got a whole freaking rig set up. I got the holster. I got 5 mag pouches. I'm ready for competition. I gotta put in some more time, some more practice before I go to my first one, though. You saw a guy getting his windshield wipers replaced? What was I going to say? Someone started talking about guns again and completely zapped my train of thought. I have one Vortex scope. I think it's a Vortex Viper. Or Phenoseal. I just started off the suggestion of a subscriber. I started using this big stretch. Just used it to caulk in the gray cabinets that I built and painted this past week. Ryan D, is that another wise ass joke? There's tiny grout joints. It's the border of the tile that's built into there. What made me go with, someone asked about the chainsaw. I got the chainsaw on the clearance end cap at Home Depot and then asked them to take another $50 off. So I got it for $150 off because it $140 off. It's normally $349 and I got it for $210. Let's see here. We're catching up. You were smack talking. Oh, that's what I was doing. Thanks, Thomas Devore. Smack talking men that can't do their own work. I was trying not to be a smack talker. In the big cities where a lot of college graduates go to live, because that's where the jobs are, the tech jobs, medical jobs, any jobs, they don't know how to do anything. Not that it's a bad thing, but that is a great market to make a lot of money. They don't have a clue. I might as well be doing surgery on some of these things. That's kind of what they view it as. Big stretch. Someone said big stretch. It worked good. The test of time is to see if it shrinks or cracks or anything like that. Oh, opinions on interior designers. That is a good topic. They've been around forever, mainly for the very wealthy, that you would hire an interior designer and they would just go buy all your furniture, all your decorations, your mirrors, your flower pots, as well as make all the design decisions on a remodel. Well, you were off at your third home in the Mediterranean or something like that. HGTV and all that other stuff has increased the amount of interior designers, and now everybody wants to use one because it's cool. And it is weird to see the housewife that owns this house. She's completely different when the interior designer comes over. It's like, what the fuck is going on around here? You're a completely different person. You're using different language. She even dresses up. She puts on her fanciest outfit when the interior designer comes over. It's weird. And they start talking and start using texture and space and symmetry, and I'm like, you don't talk like this when it's just you and me and your husband around here. But she's like trying to be the TV person or something. It's weird. Real men make traps from sticks and knives. That's awesome. Muskets. I've got a flintlock. Kicks like a son of a gun, though. I like my cock white and smooth. Okay. We are talking dirty in here. I can't get upset at any of these. You're a Still man? Still, obviously everybody knows Still and Husqvarna are great chainsaws, but for $210, it does pretty darn good, I'll tell you that. And I'll never put this to like a high level of use. All right, I'm trying to catch up to you guys. I think you're a few minutes ahead of me. Not all of us IT guys are hopeless. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I mean, my dad, he worked at IBM his entire career in the printing. But he still remodeled my entire house when I was growing up. Oh yeah, someone else. Anybody else got any feedback on what just regular middle class, upper middle class people using interior designers? I can't believe someone would. The last time I was there, I was installing these gray cabinets, and trying to catch up here. Interior designers and architects are both schmucks. This thing back on here. Got to make sure it's working again. I don't know, that buffering. I'm close. I got to start moving around. Someone said that YouTube, if there's not activity, they kick you off. I don't know. I got kicked off, Thomas, so that's why it goes into buffering. If you ever see it goes buffering, I get completely kicked off and have to get rebooted. Jake Jones asks, is she hot? And let's say the housewife and the interior designer are both much younger than me, and not bad looking, I guess we'll say that. Start drinking. It doesn't buffer when you drink. It's the middle of the day. I can't be drinking. I don't know why. Maybe it's the mobile app that is that's booting me, and I'm kind of reluctant. Well, I don't know what I said. Hey, I'm gonna go put the camera on, and I was gonna just start chainsawing and see if anybody showed up, but the conversation's so good that I haven't done much chainsawing. Oh, what I was trying to say is I'm reluctant to bring out my new laptop and hook up my webcam, is that has never kicked me off. It's all the dirty talking. I don't even have any beer at home. I know, that's crazy. Oh, Matt Visk, yeah, that's a little beyond my technical capabilities. I need an IT guy. I looked into doing that OBS stream, and I was like, all I got to do is go out to the phone and hit go live, and it's so much easier. Handy robbed me. Nice, haven't had any beer. Oh, that freaking heater's still on in the other room. That's the room I keep most of the chemicals in. I have a little heater going on in that room. I don't even have any wine. The only thing I have is a bottle of rum and a bottle of vodka. I don't have any wine. Check Streamlabs. Yeah, I probably ought to up my game. You going for 12 hours? No, I don't think I have the patience for this phone kicking me off. I don't have any wine. I don't have any wine. I got this RV refrigerator over here. Got that out of a tour bus. I bought 2 of them. One to go in my old camper. And the deal was so good, I said, hey, I'll take both of them. And I've had this thing forever. I had to plug it in and put some beer in there. Jack Sparrow would be pleased. Chainsaw. Well, I'm going to put these on. God, I've been trying to keep the dust out of these things, and fire up that chainsaw and see if I can square the end off and make it look like a table. I'm going to move you guys back over here, though. Hopefully the thing doesn't kick me off. Probably ought to get some ventilation going. There. All right. Got a good angle here. Hold on, let me make sure we can see the blood fly. I want to make sure everything can everybody. Actually, which. Right down like that. You guys see that? Choke on. Think you're supposed. Hey, you guys supposed to put the brake on when you start it? I don't know. I'm putting the brake. All right, gotta. There we go. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit. Oh, thing is so freaking heavy. My neighbors must think I'm crazy. I do have the door open. That's hilarious. So now it sits kind of flat. The next phase of this is to cut these straight across so you can set your ashtray on it. So, was that a joke? Alfredo. My fingers, that wasn't my finger on Instagram. I clearly stated. I made sure that, I forgot his name. Jonah's name was in the picture. And in the description I said, this is Jonah's finger, not my finger. You missed the whole cut. Well, it's a good thing this is, you can go back and watch it. What do you mean you missed the whole thing? Bullshit, it was buffering during the cut. I looked up, I saw the things going. What do you mean buffered? It wasn't buffering. How did I looked up, I saw myself on the screen. I wonder if it was like too much. It didn't log out. It's still here. I think you all are just messing with me. Frozen? As soon as I started the cut, it went out. I looked up at the thing. Scout's Honor. No shit. It was buffering during the full cut? Man, that was a good cut too. So did it come on as soon as this thing fell off? Now coming back. Well, I cut through it. That's a good piece of wood right there. It came on when I turned it up right? You want me to recut? Jeez, I consider lucky that I did this without screwing it up. Glue it back on and cut it. Died as you started? Now, oh, yeah. All right, well, let's see here. I got a nice wedge here now to... This is going to be difficult. No, I think I'll set it on this flat side here. There we go. I don't know, guys. I think I better count my lucky stars that I got through that one. Get ready, 911. Just JB welded on. I wonder if it was the sound vibration. I don't know why. It's in my pocket. Oh yeah, I'll leave this one up. He needs a beer. All right, I'm going to try this again. This one's a little bit more difficult of a cut. Because it's an odd shape. I wish I was cutting it like this. How do I do that? This side like this. Let's cut down like this. Straight down. Let's try that. Full send. I thought I full sent it the last time. Okay. I'll make sure my wife's not coming out. Okay, here goes. Is it working? I'm good. Go on. You good? It ain't crooked. Take the safety tip off. Whew. There's sawdust everywhere in this place. There we go. Put your drink, your ashtray right there. Gonna bring you guys back over this way. It's spinning. You guys crack me up. Yeah, take the tip off while the chain is spinning. There you go. I may put some feet on the bottom here just to tip it up a little bit. But at this stage, I could use my power planer to get it a little bit more flat. Maybe I'll do that too. So this tree was supposed to have a disease. That's why they chopped it down. It was spitting out sap and stuff, but doesn't look too bad. This thing's still on. Doing some wood skull. Yeah, 4 rubber feet, and I can shave the rubber feet to looking at yourself in the camera is kind of funny when you do things like that. To level it out a little bit. Which panel needs tidying up? The old 1950s one, or my sub panel over there? Router to a router box could do that. I don't know. Looks pretty good right like that. Next thing I got to do is figure out what to do with all this the bark. Some bark is on it. Some bark is not on it. I was supposed to freaking record that, but oh well. The old one? The old one's going to get completely deleted over there. That's a big thing that is my holdup from finishing this workshop. Is I got to put in all the outlets and all the new circuits into the new panel. It's getting cold out here. I do need a beer. I need a beer right about now. Epoxy it? I could epoxy it. I thought about messing with that. Got some more firewood. That's not bad for a $210 chainsaw going through that big thing there. Ah, the wire brush. That's a good idea. I did that on a couple live edge slabs just to clean it up. Let me see what I got over here. Steak knife. Slingshot. A Wallabat. I'll get that thing out today. Wallabat. Instruction manual. Echo's a good saw for the price. Yeah, I think it is too. Of course, I didn't do any research on it. I just got a deal on it, and turned out that it's a pretty decent chainsaw. 50cc. Can't believe it didn't record that that first cut though. Someone's gonna do some DIY work, and here I am watching this guy nearly kill himself with a chainsaw. Okay, the tool of choice is a broken steak knife. Yeah, all this bark is good. Just this one side that's jacked up. There we go. Half on, half off. Where's that other thing? A lighter wire brush. Get that cleaned off. Don't put a TV in the shop. I thought about maybe putting turning that into more of a office or something and putting a big monitor over there. All right, someone asks, I would like to hear more about YouTube stuff, please. What would you like to hear about, Paul? Anyone? Anyone? How long do you store paint for? I don't know. I've got some. I think some of the paint that I've had needs to get thrown out. The Asian massage I got. Developing the channel. What do they say? You have to engage them, entertain them, and inform them. Do those three things and you should be able to grow a channel. The Wallabout. Yeah, I got the Wallabout out. I got to catch up on some videos, some tool videos that I had kind of planned on doing. Now that that one house was done. What program do I use to edit my videos? Right now I use Wondershare Filmora. I'm looking over here. I'm looking over there. The camera's on this side of it because I got the phone flipped differently from the last time. So I'm looking over here, but I should be looking over there. Get some sawdust on. Painters, huh? I've never had paint around that long, but I suppose if you had it in a good environment, it would last that long. Videos can take a couple hours. It really depends. I don't do a whole lot of editing. I don't have music. I don't have a voiceover. But just cutting them down, and then you're watching the video 3 or 4 times. So 3 hours. I've taken up to 4 or 5 hours before to edit some real long ones down. Now I just break them up into more than one video. But in general, about 3 hours. Have fun at the grocery store, Jake. That's funny. I want that Wallabot. You really want this thing? I really need to plug it in and boot it up and see if it's worth anything. Got a couple different wall surfaces. I'm going to try it on everything. I'm going to try it on your standard new home construction 1/2-inch drywall, plaster, tiled wall. Hell, I'm going to put it up against a cinder block wall, see if it does anything. Did anybody ever go join Vikings War of Clans from that one sponsored video I did months and months ago? Viking War of Clans. No? I had. Nope. I should. He had a good laugh. I had a good laugh too. But they paid me $500 for that one little 30-second skit to say go play Viking War of Clans. Well, I just started this channel a month ago, and I've only done, this is the 3rd live stream, so I don't have much valuable content on this channel yet. Red Dead Redemption 2. Do I play that? I haven't played it. I think I've played Solitaire in a tree stand last year while I was waiting for deer. That's my extent of video game playing. Do I have thermals or night vision on here? I don't have either thermal or night vision. What's here is valuable? Hopefully I try to give something valuable to you guys. Oh, Sen. You still stuck on that My Free Cams, huh? Sen needs some tokens, so someone go over to My Free Cams and gift Sen some tokens. Yeah, I don't have it. Video games. What's weird is when I go to work on people's houses, I work weekends a lot. The husband will be sitting on the couch for like 8 hours straight playing freaking video games. I'm like, man, if I had my weekends off, I sure as hell would not sit on a couch playing video games. Does WD-40 still sponsor you? Yeah, I owe him one more video on last year's contract. And then maybe we'll negotiate a new one. Let's see here. What does Paul say? You said that YouTube is going to make more for you than the Handyman stuff. How many years did it take to get to this point? Well, you can go watch all my videos and you can see the evolution. And you can see how frequently I uploaded. A few times a year. I think it was 2000 and... I don't know. Someone could look it up. 2015? When was my first video uploaded? And it's a slow process. The younger you are, the more entertaining you are, the faster you'll grow. Also, the more information you put out there, the faster you'll grow. If you got a hot chick you're going to put in your videos, I can't, it'll make you grow even faster. DJM93, I can't say. It's actually in a, they gave me a full-on like contract that I had to sign and stuff, so I can't tell anybody how much they pay me for those little 30-second bits. Let's see, hold on. I just heard, you have to have 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch minutes. Yeah, Matt. 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours is about 240,000 minutes of watch time. And this channel, I think, is already. I think after today, I'll be able to monetize this YouTube channel. Would I ever trade work for a hunt or a nice piece of gear? No. I'd rather just pay for the hunt or the nice piece of gear. No Calypso and Coke this afternoon. Why, are you an outfitter? Double E Ranch? Because as this YouTube money grows, I will probably be looking into some outfitters in different states. You don't need a Wallabat for your far wall and shop? No, don't need a Wallabat in here yet. Interested in Double E Ranch. All right, enough about the Wallabat. Still smells of exhaust in here. It's gonna be my cologne, my scent for the day. No super chat button in this one. I haven't spent any time on this channel. I guess you have to go and I don't know. What the hell is the word I'm trying to say? You have to go select these options to make them available. So I haven't done any anything to monetize this channel. This went through. I guess I have a Home Depot receipt in my pocket or something. Someone said they had another tax question. It was a good 5-10 minutes ago, and I saw it go by, and send. That's right. My very first video was 2015, so it didn't take that long. Because 2018, from all sources of income, made $70,000, resulting from the videos that I put up on YouTube. So 15, 16, 17, and 18. So 3 to 4 years it took to make any decent money. The year before, 2017, I want to say it was 14,000. I want to say it was about 14,000 that YouTube or social media in general made. Yeah, Paul Thomas says he pays for YouTube. I haven't watched a YouTube video since I purchased the premium subscription either. You in the UP? I don't know. Upper Peninsula? Nah, he's Detroit. What's my favorite type of job? I filmed it, and it was on my old phone, and I still have to find that SD card to see if it was filmed on that phone. It's when someone usually small jobs where people are in a panic and they don't know what to do, and they call me and they say, hey, can you fix this? And they're super grateful because, I don't know, either they've got like a frozen pipe or something and they don't know how to shut the water off in their house. I've had that happen before. I've mentioned a few times, maybe in live streams, the house, I don't even know how to say it, but the city ended up turning the water off because they couldn't figure out how to winterize their sprinkler system, and had a freaking geyser coming up out of their front yard just, I want to say 3 weeks ago. And the city couldn't figure out how to turn the water off to the sprinkler system. And they shut the water off at the meter to the whole house. And they sent me over there. And I got it figured out, fixed. Double E Ranch. I like shooting critters. So do you have outfitters that guide on your ranch or on your land? Hunting is up in Unreal. Saw bull caribou once. That's cool. My dad's gotten two. I think he got 2 caribou in Alaska. Someone asked, do you watch HGTV for ideas? I don't have cable TV. The only time I see HGTV is when my wife watches it when we're on vacation. Oh, backstrap's good. What did I just have? Oh, pulled pork. I've been eating those pigs that I shot a couple months ago, and they're really good. Had 2 hindquarters already in the pressure cooker. Do I watch Meat Eater? Oh yeah, I'm actually going to order his cookbook. What the heck's his name? I watch a lot of his videos, the Meat Eater. Do you have your eye on any new tools? Well, I just spent almost $1,000 on tools this week, so I got to cool it for a bit. Steve Ranella, yep. Maybe you guys are just joining in. You didn't see the beginning of the show. I got a track saw. And I got a chainsaw. Of course, hopefully... Oh, that's the pickup tube in the tank. So buying DeWalt tools on Amazon, it's a little shady because you don't buy from DeWalt. You buy from real small sellers. It's weird. Like I ordered when I got all those DeWalt nail guns. It was lots of pigs here. Unfortunately, they're too small for the traps. Now I have to stalk and thermal drone hunt them. Thermal drone hunt them? Wow, that's crazy. I'm getting distracted by hunting. Where I got the last 3 was in a canyon country in Texas, and I was just perched up on like a cliff. Oh, and the shots were only like 143 yards, but they come down a river bed and just shoot them and then eat them. I do have a 1 Milwaukee tool, which is my portable bandsaw. Someone said his books are good. Steve Ranella, that's the Meat Eater. What are you concerned about? Chronic wasting disease? Is that what you mean, John? John Voss? I think deer wasting disease. I'm not familiar with that one. I thought CWD is chronic wasting disease. I think deer have them. I even think elk have them. Apparently, once you cook them, they're good to eat. Certain areas where you do hunt that have known chronic wasting disease, you're supposed to take your animal in to get inspected. This is the latest tool that I bought more for a money maker. Is a track saw here. 60 volt on the flex volt. I guess I'm going down that rabbit hole because you all know that DeWalt owns the market. And especially with the flex volt, I could get anything now that I got my first battery, and it'll just be a snowball effect of all the other stuff I get. What do you say? My problem is they're more about him hunting than only have like 10. Jesus, scared the crap out of me. Receipts at the end of them? I'm not sure what that means. Do you think Festool stuff is worth the price? I don't know. Festool, I mean, well, this track saw, I got the saw. This is the cordless version. I don't know if Festool even makes a cordless track saw. But what do they do that's different, that can earn you more money, is what I'd have to ask. The question is, where's the value? I honestly don't think this tool is ever going to break or stop working or become unserviceable. I just don't think that's going to happen. I've watched AV on Festool. It's been a while since I've seen him tear down a Festool. But this here, got a speed controller. I don't know what you need a speed controller for on that. I better do some research. Someone says, you've done a lot of these live streams. Do you get a lot of views from the live streams? Or is it usually just the people who are watching you live? It depends. They don't do much for, I don't know. I don't see much like monetary gain from live streams. Someone asked, my power planer. It is a DeWalt. My power, everything I've got is, well, not everything is DeWalt, but Makita is the only name that hasn't changed hands. DeWalt is Black & Pecker. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, my first screw gun was a Makita. Delta is Stanley. Yeah, they're all owned by bigger companies. Do re mi fa so cut. Anybody got any other questions? Anyone? No? I may go out and get my power planer and get this thing tuned up. Yeah, we were talking about Festool. I don't think if they could make me money and I could easily see the value of the money, I'd try it out if I could afford it. What's your favorite thing to hunt? Would be archery elk. This track saw is $579, not including tax. I still watch the guy from Puerto Rico. He's not from Puerto Rico. He's in Panama on an island. Yeah, I do watch the guy. He just builds up all sorts of boats and a castle out of his own concrete mix in his own forms. Is it an expense? Whoa. Is it an expensive or to live that you work in? I'm guessing, is it an expensive area to live where I work in? It's all relative. If you're coming from San Francisco, it's not. If you're coming from a lot of other places, it's really expensive. Like you can't buy a house. Oh, you probably could find one for $400,000, but you'd have to go kind of out into the suburbs. No one wants to live in the suburbs anymore. In my area, I think about $500,000 will get you an old fixer-upper. Yep. You can hook a Festool up to anything. Oh, Marcus, that's what you were saying. So there's more hunting stories than there is cooking content. Preparation, seasoning, leave the bone on or bone in and bone out. Huh. I don't want to read his hunting stories. Not that they're bad. I'd want to know new ways to cook things up. The track saw is for all the future cabinet jobs where I have to break down 4 by 8 sheets of plywood. Do you ever eat out for lunch? Hell no. You don't go out for lunch. Only slackers go out for lunch. It's God, it aggravates me. Even though they're not my employees, when I see guys leave the job site to go off to McDonald's or wherever, and they're gone 45 minutes to an hour, I go, you stupid ass. Slacker. I don't know why. It's mandatory that you take short breaks, and the breaks are just to, yeah, they're probably out there smoking weed with smoking Chiva 420. Not even. I bring my lunch every single day. Actually, I used to not even sit down. I'd go out to the truck, open the door, eat half a sandwich, and go. Now, I'm responding to YouTube comments 4 or 5 times a day. You got to have a sense of humor and not get triggered by comments. Some people even try to say something nice, but in text it comes out I don't know, the wrong way. So I kind of just know that I did. Oh, God, I have got some crazy ones. It was like last week. I had a bout of a lot of threats coming in last week, and I got to take screenshots of every one of them and put them in a folder. What the hell is a Hot Logic Mini? We talking dirty. Warm up my food. Yeah, I get death threats. Threats. They're gonna come kill me. They're gonna find me. They're gonna rob me. Report me. All sorts of things. I had someone said he was gonna run over my wife and child with his car. Oh, Captain Kit, have you ever had anyone, this is very important, if you're into this, have you ever had anyone not be happy with your work or have done work for them and they refuse payment? You got to be able to read people and know, look at the work, have the conversation with them and say, can I please this lady? Because it's usually a lady. Can I do this job? What are you got to know their expectations, set the expectations if you can. And just setting the expectations, maintaining clear communication throughout the whole process, there shouldn't be a chance for a customer not to be happy with your work. Someone says, are threats for YouTubers? Every YouTuber gets death threats. The bigger they are, the female YouTubers get rape threats on an hourly basis. So all YouTubers, a lot of them, they have to move and get extra security, just because, the big ones, 1 million, 2 million, 5 million subscribers. Some of them even have personal security when they go out. So back to that guy's question, because it comes up a lot of times. Do you ever have customers not want to pay you or that are not happy and don't even start the job if there's a question that you're not sure if you can please them? And they're weird. Just walk away and say, no, I can't fit you in the schedule at this time, and lose my phone number. So I've had one guy that was weird, and he wasn't a referral. Um, he was a neighbor of a customer, and just, hey, can you come look at this stuff? And he was a weirdo, and I knew right from the beginning that there's no way I wanted to work for him. So you can avoid all those problems by having clear expectations and just having the conversation and feeling them out. Can you do the job to exceed the expectations? On your backsplash, who chose the way the tiles line up? The interior designer. On the first video, I showed you a picture. I have a picture where I got my effects where it zooms in on the picture. That's what was given to me. That's what was given to the customer by the interior designer and then given to me. You've had RedGuard fail before? You didn't put it on right then. Looking out the window, you talk about threats. It is sad. I've seen people lose their jobs. Back in the old days, you couldn't make a living off of YouTube, and I've seen people lose their jobs because the viewers, the trolls. There's actually websites where trolls go to meet up, and there's forums and message boards, and they come up with plans of attacks on specific YouTubers, how to find what their name is, where they live, where they work, who their family is, all sorts of crazy shit like that. Old truck or nice minivan? How old's the truck? Nice minivan? I think a nice minivan would be better than a rusted out old truck. Captain Kidd, I have priced myself out of a few jobs, but all my jobs come by way of referral from previous customers. Keep looking on the wrong side of the screen because I got my phone flipped the opposite way. So I don't get many jobs from bad customers. I did not see Matt Visk's question. Let me scroll back up here. Scrolling. Oh, on that note, you ever do work for landlord but have unreasonable tenants? I've had a couple weird tenants. No, I'm pretty nice guy. When I show up, I usually get a good referral from the tenants saying thanks for sending that guy over. He was great. I had one foreign guy. Did I record it? No, I think I had to take it down because I was getting too much attention. It was an old video that I made not public anymore. There's a foreign guy. I was replacing the thermostat electrical doohickey on his electric baseboard heater. And it's real easy. You just go to Home Depot and you grab the part and you go swap it out. Just a couple wire nuts. But he was real up in my business, wanting to know, like looking like right over my shoulder. I could hear him breathing in my ear as I'm making the wiring connections, just because he was curious and wanted to know what I was up to and how it worked. Lee O'Brien, welcome to the live stream. Wait, 2005 is not an old truck, and it doesn't have rust. There you go. Drive the 2005 pickup truck. Smoking Chiba drives a freaking Subaru, a Lesbaru. You used to watch a plumber and he took off all of his videos. I wonder what happened to him. I don't know. Carl something? Lee O'Brien. I am on target to do 4 to 5 times as much as last year's YouTube social media income. Boobaroo? So we're just going. People are just saying different names for the Subaru. Gnarly Carl? Oh, and he's back? Who's back? Me? DJ M93, I answered that earlier, but it's a good question. Depending on the size of the project, if it's like a handyman project or a simple repair that's only a couple $100, I wait to the end. On a larger project of a couple $1,000, I'll do 50% up front. Oh, so people were calling his employer. Exactly. Someone was sharing a story on what I just said. People calling up, their employer, tracking down family members and making prank calls to them, sending mail bombs to them, glitter bombs. Why don't I use the ghost? Okay, we'll get the ghost up. The real reason for that is, I don't know, I had been backlit. Actually, it's still backlighting a little bit there. So I wanted to block the light coming in. It's like, where's Waldo? It's funny. Matt Kurtz asked, do you have to carry any sort of insurance? Yes. Actually, you don't have to. In this state, it's not required to have general commercial liability insurance. It's a good idea, but it's not required by law. Gnarly Carl? I'd have to check them out. But I think people were just sharing an example of why I do the blur. Let's see here. With all the workload that you have, do you ever suffer from burnout? Yes. Yes, and actually, God, I should go get the book. I read 2 pages of a book this morning. I woke up at 4:47 in the morning. It's cold out. I go into the couch. I start editing the video. I get the video edited, but I didn't film an intro and those 3 video clips for this morning's video. I said, I really want to add these, but I got to get up, go drive it's a 20-minute drive to the house that I took those videos from. And so I was reading a book and I just read the 1 page, and that 1 page was like, okay, get your ass up and go take these video clips, go out there in the freezing cold workshop, come back, do the editing. So yeah, I get burnt out all the time, but I'm pretty good at manipulating my own mind to keep going. 2 pages is your limit? It only took 2 pages today. It's a really easy to read book. What software do you use to edit videos? What did I say? Wondershare, Filmora. You got anything up my nose? No? Good. I thought I saw a booger up there. Any stupid jobs that people call you for that you can't believe you're getting paid for? God, yes. Now, what was the last one? I don't know. It's escaped my mind right now. Oh, a lot of the stuff that didn't make it to YouTube on this remodel, this $100,000 remodel. I was like, they're paying me to do this. And at first I was like, man, I could make a lot of money. I'm already charging a lot of money. And they're asking me to do all this simple stuff. And I'm like reluctant to keep my rates. So I've slowly reduced my rates the more and more work they've been adding on. But then I see how much they're paying these freaking designers, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to keep my rates at a certain level. If they want to pay me to like assemble furniture, or God, there's these little lamps that they get stuck to the wall, and they just want me to put 3 wire nuts. That's it. It's crazy. Pick away. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. They're just literally just throwing money. Like it's, I don't know, maybe they have an inheritance or something like that. It's like they don't even think about the costs of all this stuff. What's the name of the book? I can't remember what the name of the book is. Yeah, back's getting all jacked up. Hold on, I gotta crack it. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. We're gonna switch this up a little bit. What's my battery at? Oh, I got plenty of battery. Sit on my stump. There we go. All right, that's not bad. Come over here. What do we got? Anything else? Smoke detector batteries. Oh, that's right. Smoke detector batteries. Oh, I started this live stream out. People asked where my hearing protection is when I was going to cut this. I told the story about the house that had the smoke alarms going off, and I had to drive over to someone's house and figure out why the smoke alarms are going off. Let's see here. You mentioned before that you have a rental property. Do you use a management company? No. Why would I use a management company? I do it all myself. There we go. Management company. Knowledge and tools, steady work. Yeah. I'm reading this long one here. APEC. Yeah, that's business. I don't know if you guys probably don't, well, maybe you do read all the comments of some of the old. I got some videos that have a lot of views, 80, 100, 500,000 views. And people lose their mind off of what I'm charging. I'm like, this is business. I'm here to make money, not give out freaking free work. Someone asked about the work truck. Man, that is a struggle every day. I get to shake sometimes. I want a big badass freaking truck. My neighbor, I'm talking loud. I try to talk loud out here, so I don't want you to ever think I'm yelling at you, but I just want to make sure the audio is good. Oh yeah, I had some serious old man grunts. Oh, lower back is kind of. But yeah, I want a big badass freaking Laramie Longhorn, the 2020 whatever, with the giant 12-inch screen in the middle. But how did I do this? I said, okay, no new trucks until I buy this house. And then I got, lived here for a couple of years, and I'm like, well, my truck still runs good. How about this? No new trucks until I pay off the rental house. And I should pay off the rental house possibly in 2019. I got to figure out how I'm going to be taxed on all this YouTube money to see how much I actually get to keep. I got a feeling, I don't know how it's going to be classified. Rump on a stump. So I'm forcing myself not to buy a nice new truck because I don't know how long this extra income is going to be around. So I want to spend it on an appreciating, God, that's a big word for a handyman, an appreciating asset instead of a depreciating asset, like a brand new truck. Okay, I got to catch up. I was talking too much. Let's see here. Do you sit in the same table with the designer and the customer? No, I work for the customer. They hire me and they tell me what they want. The designer picks out everything. Someone asked how that worked with a customer, the installer, and the designer. I work straight through the customer. I have not replaced the miter saw yet. Let's see. reading through here. Oh, you getting snow, Chiba? You got a snowblower? I'm jealous. Every time it snows and I shovel, I'm like, man, I should get a snowblower. Maybe next year, because I've got a few driveways I need to shovel. Danny Ross, the Flex Volt miter saw will probably go to work with me in the tool trailer, but I don't need a battery operated one for this workshop here. But I think the battery operated miter saw is in my future. Work less, make more. That's the goal. It is. The weirdest thing you've seen on a job? We are talking dirty in here, aren't we? I don't know what the weirdest thing is. I've seen some. I've had to clear, like, there's this one time in Florida I mentioned earlier, is the roaches in the low income housing in Florida. It's crazy. It was serious. I was like working on gangbangers houses and stuff. They had like a pit bull in a cage, pit bulls, but you know when a pit bull's in a cage covered up with a blanket to get it isolated from humans, that stuff's not right. But I had to change the seats on the valve stems of the shower. Whew. I'll never forget this. So I pull the valves, the escutcheons off the shower, and roaches I'm in the tub, start coming out of the wall and trickling and falling down into the tub. I almost ran out of there screaming, but I didn't. I got the seats changed and got it in there. And the reason I need to do that is the guy who owned the building, he paid the water bill. And it was creepy. They got evicted like a month later, and they sent in Crack Dan. I've mentioned Crack Dan before on the channel. Sent Crack Dan in to set all the bombs, cockroach bombs, and we went in after, me and the building owner, and you couldn't even walk. They're like, all the roaches had come out and were dead everywhere, all over the countertops, all over the floors, you crunching on them. And he's like, yeah, we'll get Crack Dan back in here to clean this up. New work truck should be a write-off for work. Yeah, there's different ways to manipulate that. And I'm going to talk it over with my tax accountant. There's a lot of ways, which I don't know. That's why I have an accountant, to take the depreciation over time or all in 1 year. Do clients ever find your videos of the job that you did at their house? No client or customer has ever seen one of my videos that I know of. You got a snowblower for $50. Good job. What time is it? How far behind are we? Oh, I'm only 3 minutes behind you guys. Ooh. Oh wait, no, we're caught. Nope. Writing off a truck didn't change your tax refund? You mean how much you had to pay in tax? I haven't seen a tax refund forever. Was it Extreme Ownership by Jocko? I can't remember. I actually got 2 books by him. You got to be able to use them. They get a little repetitive. The Jocko books. No, Discipline Equals Freedom is the Jocko book that I was talking about. Discipline Equals Freedom. I think that's the one. But I have, was it Extreme Ownership? Yeah, I have read Extreme Ownership also. if you did a video in my house, I mean, it's just a little GoPro that I set up, move it around when I'm doing different things. It's not like I had the camera out when the whole family's around. What did I skip over? He skipped right over it. At Lee O'Brien. What? I don't know. I must have missed a question. APEC, I thought I answered that earlier. It's basically it's a job, 1 day challenging job. It's like a puzzle. Like, people don't know why. A simple example would be like, it actually happened on this big remodel. They have a 4-way switch system on the upstairs of their house, and they don't work. And all I did, because I replaced every plug and switch in the house, and when I went and replaced the 3-ways and the 4-ways, they all just started to work. But that's an example of something that I like to do, is anything that has to do with troubleshooting. They lost their mind. The lady was like, I lived here for 12 years and I've never been able to turn that light off from my bedroom door. Can't believe it works now. Super happy, and I felt good about it. Yeah, where are the book reviews? I think about this channel a lot, and I get these ideas, and I'm like, oh, you need to do this book, or the eyeball test. That was supposed to be another video, and I just don't get this much time as I'd like. Stop skipping you. What did I miss? We back yet? Call into the African station. What is that one? This thing still buffering? Yeah, it kicked me off for a second. Someone asked if I'm a This Old House fan. I don't watch. I've seen them before, but I haven't watched one in years. You skipped me. I want a shout out. No, you got to earn shout outs. I had a freaking email from somebody from Spain. He doesn't speak any English, and he says, sorry, but I'm using Google Translator to write you this email. I do fix-it videos. Can you tell your viewers about me so I can grow my YouTube channel? Fuck you, no. You put the work in and grow your own damn YouTube channel. So I've only given one shout out. He's in here now. But if there's really good value for the viewers, then I would be more than happy to give a shout out and say, hey, there's value. And that's one thing that this channel has to give out is value for your time. So if it's gonna be a waste of your time, or in my opinion it's a waste of your time, I'm not gonna promote a YouTube channel. But there is another one. I've been thinking about it since the more and more I'm getting into building these cabinets. I'll just tell you, I remember his name. I think his name is CNC Brian, or Brian CNC. And he made a comment on a video where I was building a cabinet. I can't remember which one it was. But then I went to his YouTube channel. He's got some videos up, and apparently he's trying to grow the channel, or else you wouldn't put the videos up. He's got some great videos and can communicate real good and explain how to build cabinets. So the next cabinet video that I am building out here, I'm going to say, hey, go to this YouTube channel, Brian CNC, or CNC Brian, and he's got some great videos on how to make drawers and cabinets and stuff like that. See you later, APEC. Ryan Frakes, Frakes. Have you ever considered buying more rental properties to help with passive income? Being to handle and that's the future of this YouTube channel and my career is stop working on other people's houses and start working on my own houses. What kind of device am I using? I'm guessing what type of phone am I on? I'm on a Samsung S8. You have 40 units? Woo! If I had 40 units here, that would cost me $20 million. I'd have just $20 million in real estate. Actually, probably more. 20 to 30 million is what I would need to get 40 units right now. Ken, can't give out that information, but that just answered your question. I have one rental property and the money is really nice, but I'm not that handy. Yeah, that's the cost of doing business. It really helps, especially when you're small. In a lot of places, when you buy an investment property, you don't see any profit after the rent. The rent is used to basically buy the house or the unit back from the bank. And you make your money with the appreciated the increase in value of the property, not in the rental income. After the house is paid off by the renter, then you start making money from the rent. See you go, Matt. See you later, Mav. That's what happens when you Google search. What happens when? Wait on. That's what happens when you Google search for high income places to live. That must have went with something else. 5 rentals to turn a profit. Hashtag just saying. I got lucky. My first rental house, what does it rent for? It rents for $30,000 a year, and I think our mortgage is just under $12,000 a year. Oh yeah, 20 to 30 million to get 40 units. You can't, unless it's like in the ghetto. And I don't know if I'd want to deal with ghetto properties. Your 3 houses cost less than $40K? That's great. I don't know where do you go to buy a house that's only $40,000? And what is a $40,000 house? Well, he's saying he bought 3 of them. Wait, I think he's got 3 houses, each cost $40,000. What does a $40,000 house rent for? Andrew, the extra $20,000 rent off that one house goes straight to this mortgage here. So basically, that one house pays for 2 mortgages. Hey, I think your channel is great. Thank you. That's great. Something. Florida. Bumfuck Florida. Yeah, there are some real backwoods parts of Florida where you can buy a shanty for $40,000. Wait. He said, I bought a house foreclosure across the street for $12K. There weren't, that whole recession foreclosure thing, it was over in a blink of an eye here. There's no buying foreclosures around here. Bought a foreclosure for $12K, and he rents for $1,100 a month. That's pretty damn good. No. That's awesome. I wish I could do that. What's Send? Is Send going off to Chatterbait? Oh, no. How long we been on here? 2 hours? Is it evening? Is it 5 o'clock somewhere yet? Oh, it is. Oh, I gotta do more work. Or I could chat with you for a little bit longer. $1,200 a month on a $12,000 house is awesome. Oh, it's your name backwards? SEO Scott. SC. Is rigid tools that bad? No, rigid tools aren't bad at all. Foreclosure housing. I maybe I should start going to look in different parts of the country to buy houses. If I could buy a $40,000 house, I'd buy 10 of them right now. Cash. Let's see here. How would you... That's a complicated question. Turning the laundry room into a bedroom. You only paid $50,000. That is amazing. Are the property taxes high where these affordable houses are? Someone asks, is DeWalt better than Milwaukee? I don't believe so. Wait, he has the 887? I don't know what the 887 is. No, the only market... let's see here. This is a good question. So Lee O'Brien says, on the market for an impact drill. Any recommendations apart from DeWalt? It's any of the major brands. They're all good. It's you have to pick your battery platform. So you got to figure out which battery platform has the future tools that you want. These days, almost all the battery platforms, from Milwaukee to Makita, DeWalt, Rigid, those are the main ones. What's another good contractor brand? Then there's like homeowner brands like Ryobi and Cobalt and Craftsman and... Oop, got another email. But it's more about your battery platform than one individual tool. It's like, what am I going to want to add to this? Because you don't want a whole bunch of different tool brands with different batteries and different battery charges. DeWalt 887. What the heck is the DeWalt 8? Hey Google, what is the DeWalt 887?
My apologies. I don't understand.
She don't know what's a DeWalt 887? Is it this new tool that I just bought? It has its limitations. This is a DCS 520. Impact. The Impact 887. Now, let me go check mine out. See what it is. I'm all right. Man, that stump was getting cold. Is this an 887? Where do you see 887 on these things? Oh, this is an 887. DCF 887. If you found limitations for this thing, I'd love to hear them. Maybe putting lug nuts on. What is this? The limitations of this thing? Getting some lag, man. Go to the other side. Man, that stump was cold. My ass is frozen. It'll burn up with paddle bits. Why would you run a paddle bit on an impact? No video. Does anybody else see me? Have you got a wife because you... Oh, jeez. Susan, are you friends with Tanya? That's funny. What tool has made the most money? God. Okay. Everybody sees me. That's good. No lag. That's good. Audio is not synced? I'm guessing basic cordless combo kits are what you're gonna need to make the most money. I mean, the impact is used, well, it's used in conjunction with all your other cordless tools. Audio's fine. That's good. Someone keeps asking why I'm ignoring them. Maybe I just didn't question your comment. Is anybody else reading this? Or am I the only one? Rewiring the whole house. We're trying to get on track, Susan. Stop trying to distract us. There are drywall repairs, but if you've got an attic and a basement and it's a ranch, then yeah, Susan's probably a dude. You can do a lot of the rewiring from the attic and from the basement, and that's a lot of what I'm starting on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I've got to put in 2, 4, 6 LED recess lights. I got to do a lot of attic work. But I'll be doing attic work and basement work, and it's going to be a 4-way switch. Isn't it weird? A 4-way switch is switched from 3 locations. So I'm guessing they come up with the 4 as the actual light part. 99% a dude. I swear to God, Susan A is the same dude that was Tanya Z from the other night. See you later, Landberg. Have a good day. Do I play Fortnite? Yeah, I play Fortnite every evening. Every evening I'm on Fortnite. I've got my own squad and everything. Susan, just... that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll get right on that, Susan. Just email them to me. I'll put them up on Instagram. Oop, hold on. Charles says, hey, seen you use the sandy plywood or something at Home Depot. I built the Lego tables and hated that plywood. Why did you hate it? I didn't have a problem with it. The only thing is it is a little grainy. So when you paint it, you got to primer and fill it and sand it. So yeah, the sandy, SANDE plywood. I'd be interested in hear why you didn't like using it and if you found anything else in the same price range that you like better. Oh, Ryan Frakes asked if I think those battery operated nail guns were worth the money, and it is an easy answer. Is absolutely yes. It's so awesome when you've got a small job. I just used them. I use them all the time. Used them many times on this last remodel. So yes, I definitely think they're worth the money. I've even used the framing nailer. It's great. Which one would you get for just woodworking? Would be the 18 gauge. Charles, the veneer is thin. I guess I got lucky that I was able to avoid having it really affect the project. If you only got one and you were just doing some woodwork, I'd around on these damn projects or these questions. Back to the cordless DeWalt nail gun, the 18 gauge I use the most. The 15 gauge angled brad nailer, don't use that much. Don't use the stapler that much. I use the 18 gauge all the time. Have I played Apex Legends? No, I don't know what the hell Apex is. No more hose, no more compressor, no more loud compressor. Oh Jesus, Clarissa is another one. I bet Susan, Tanya Z, and Clarissa is the same guy with 3 different windows opened and 3 different YouTube names. It is flattering though that someone went through that trouble to do all that though. I don't think that question was for me. Is who by? Is Clarissa? Clarissa and Susan? Why does it say talking dirty? Well, just stick around. You'll find out. It's hilarious. That's funny. Oh, the noodle guys. That was funny. These girls or guys, whatever, are way more entertaining though than the noodle talkers. Any thoughts on suing contractors who run away with your money? RDF. Are you a general contractor and talking about subcontractors, or are you a homeowner who got screwed over by a general contractor or an installer or something? Someone just asked about you're the homeowner. I'm not looking for a new sailboat. Not looking to get into sailing it for a while. How do you sue them? God, this happened to a friend of mine, and it was a very expensive bathroom remodel. I'd have to get back to you on the RDF. The guy, they won in court, and the guy's on a payment plan, and he pays like $250 a month. And it's going to take years and years of these payments. And they garnish it. If he doesn't pay, they garnish it out of his taxes. But you can sue someone who has taken your deposit. If you gave them a good deposit, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for a kitchen remodel. See you later, Danny. You can sue them and win and get them paying you back. All right. I don't think you got the idea. I don't play video games. I don't play on Fortnite. Ryan Franks, time management tips. Basically, that's it. But I'm always looking for ways to maximize my time. One thing is I never have my hands empty. This is common sense. Most of you guys probably know this. I'm trying to keep a straight face here. But like if I'm going out to the truck to get a tool, I always look around what needs to go out just so that I never have my hands empty. There's always a tool in my hand. So that's one way. Just trying to stay busy. There'll be days where true that. Where it's getting towards the end of the day, and I'll just be spinning in circles. Really bad lag. Well, Michael, I think, is anybody else getting bad lag besides Michael Holt? I haven't listened to Pink Floyd in a long time. Any bad laggage out there? Guess we're just gonna keep talking. Loud and fucking clear. Nope. Well, Michael, you might want to pay your bill or something. Maybe you used all your data. Don't listen to any music while working. Oh, one other thing. What the hell is it? My dry erase board. It's weird. If I'm not losing the dry erase board, I'm losing the dry erase pens. Is if it's one of those frustrating days and there's just so much to do, I'll make out real basic lists. Real, like go get the paint out, just so I can start crossing items off the list. That helps, and it starts the momentum of being productive. It's pronounced Malachi. Okay. Do you take deposits on jobs? Well, this is the third or fourth time we've had this come up today. Yes, I do. It does depend on the size of the job. On very small jobs, I'll just get paid at the end. Clarissa, I do not smoke. What did I miss up here? Michael Bolton and Celine Dion. That's funny. What do I consider a small job? A half day or a 1 day type deal where materials are $75 or something like that. Total price is only maybe $400 or $500. Joe asks about cash or checks. It's all the same until it's not the same. Because I need a certain amount of taxable income in order to invest it. So I have already taxed money. But then it gets to a point where it's like, shoot, I'm going to have to pay a lot of freaking taxes this year. So if someone were to pay me with $20,000 in cash, I could find a place to hide that. No, I would never do that. Everything gets reported. Someone asked, what's the farthest you drive to do a job? I think my minimum, well, I don't want to say my minimum. My average drive time would be 30 minutes to get to a house. 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, depends on how bad traffic is. When you work in a metro area with 3 million people, you can't get anywhere fast. Someone asked again if I've ever had a problem finishing a job or getting sued. Never have I ever had a complaint. Never had a complaint. Never had trouble getting paid. Have ever done work for anyone famous? There was a baseball player. But that was he was just buying a unit in the building that I was building. Do I have a minimum charge? No. I take a lot of my work on a case-by-case basis. If I think that this customer is going to be a quality customer and then I can get a lot of future work from them, a lot of referrals from them, I'll do a simple job at a low cost just to earn their future work and their referrals. Someone says LLC question mark. Always go S Corp if it works in your state. Is your competition other handyman or general contractors? I don't know. More guys like me. I guess you would call them an installer. Someone that's a true general contractor, subcontracts everything out to a whole bunch of other, other companies who employ other people. So I'm pretty small. So other guys like me, I guess, would be the competition. I haven't really run into that much. I've never mentioned my name on YouTube. You should step it up or change the name? I don't know what you mean by that, Malachi. No, most of my customers, well, it goes in phases. Like I'll work on a bunch of rental houses 3 or 4 months in a row. And then all of a sudden I'll do nothing but remodels for homeowners for 5 or 6 months. It's a weird cycle. Why does what change what name, Malachi? Yeah, Handy Andy, you just call him Handy Andy. Not in Illinois. Nowhere near Illinois. Someone a good question. Who would I rather work for, homeowners or property managers? It's good to get a mix. No, I got to answer that question. That's a crazy question because the name Glenn is written on a lot of my tools. I think it's easier to do smaller jobs for property managers. I guess that's my opinion. It'd be easier. The name of the video. Yeah, I got to step up my name. Hey, you notice I stopped responding to Clarissa and Susan and they left. Do you watch other handymen like we do? I don't know what you mean by that. Do I watch other handymen? Like on YouTube? I don't know. Is it worth the time to build fancy cabinets and shelves in trailer? Yes, Green Life. If I had the time, I would really redo my trailer. I mean, I've got 2 big tool chests. I've got cubby holes. And it's okay. It works. I wish there was more organization in my trailer. What do I watch on YouTube? What the hell? I watched some chainsaw videos recently. I've been watching this Zachary Fowler, the guy who won the season 3 of Alone. I watch his survival videos. I don't know why. I'm not a survivalist or a prepper or anything like that, but it's, I don't know, entertaining. I need to do a trailer rebuild big time. I probably should do it this summer because it's too damn cold out right now. Let's see here. This is a good question. I'm real passionate about real estate markets and real estate in general. This question is, have you seen any trends in professional people in metropolitan cities moving to more rural areas? Not because of the money, but for other reasons. No, not yet. But I do think there's going to be another great white flight. You guys know what the great white flight is? Well, right now, all these millennials, they are passionate about living in the city and raising their kids in the ghetto. It's freaking weird. They want their kids to go to a shitty ass public school where half the people speak English. They would refuse to go to the suburbs or rural areas and put their kids in a better education system. It's weird. They really want to be diversified and live in the city. But I got a feeling there's going to be a change where oh, my son was stabbed at school today. They can't be that stupid, these millennial morons. They're eventually going to head to the safety of the suburbs. I think so. Yeah, we had it in Detroit. Kenny, you want to live somewhere you can target shoot your lawn? That's great. I've got my own private shooting range. Or you can own land out in the country, but still live in the city. Steven, it's crazy. I've got a good friend. He lives in the country. But his sister lives here, and she's one of the ones that won't go to the suburbs. And they're like, oh, look, I've done a lot of work at her house, and she would call them baby thugs. When school would get out, little baby gangbangers would walk down the street, and they'd go, oh, the baby thugs are out of school. Isn't that cute? Are you serious? These people are going to start shooting here in a few years. They just moved to a better part of the urban area in a little bit larger house. But it's weird how millennials want to live in the city. I have seen some of them say, okay, we got to get the hell out of here. Brian Burnham. I'm not good at pronouncing or reading last names. How did you hone your sales strategies? I watched a whole bunch of videos, I listened to a whole bunch of audio books and just started trying things out. And it worked. Trial and error, lots of trial and error, years of trial and error. And seeing what worked, what price point worked. And now I really don't need to. That reputation that I tried to set out at the beginning, that high value for the money, does most of the selling for me these days. Sam Elliott, is your garage your workshop? Nope. This is a standalone building on my property. I have a garage that's attached to the house. Am I on Twitter? I don't have a Twitter account. I don't have enough time to be tweeting. I can just barely keep up with trying to grow an Instagram account. Let's see, did I miss anything here? Ugh. Scott Ellis. That happened to me once. I broke some ribs falling through an attic access hole. And I had to hire a guy to help me build the covered patio. It wasn't fun. You get what you pay for. That's the only thing I know. And sometimes you don't even get that in the construction industry. So if you're looking for a guy, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, better have low expectations. Because around here, they've got too many DUIs to have a driver's license, so you got to go pick them up. They don't bring their own lunch. They might have some tools. You probably wouldn't want to leave them alone on the job. So like $35, $38 an hour will get you someone that you can trust on a job site. And that they can actually drive themselves there. Let's see here. Early on, what referral lead generation did you utilize? And that early on for me was 10, 11 years ago. So there was none of the social media things out there to use. So it was just word of mouth, and I got a few gigs off of Craigslist. That's it, word of mouth only. Nowadays, there's a lot more resources um, for you guys who are just getting started to get that word of mouth going. So I don't know if this is a joke or not, but it sounds like a funny one. I used to sell freestanding birdhouses door to door as a kid. My dad made them, and my mom painted them, and I sold them. That's pretty cool. Were they squirrel proof? Oh, 22 years old. You're trying to buy a $200,000 house. Fuck. I couldn't do that when I was 22 years old. So you're ahead of me when I was 22. Oh, Malachi, what did you ask? Let me go back up here. Oh, first let me ask. I don't have really an advice for a 22-year-old buying a house. Shop around. I don't know what the market is where you're at. Try to look at a lot of houses. Find the ones that need fixing up. Pretty straightforward stuff. All right, trying to catch up. Are you ever approached by restoration companies to do insurance claims? I'm not publicly. Let me finish reading this guy's comment. Are you ever approached by restoration companies to do insurance claims? And if not, would you consider it when the economy tanks? I'm not approached by anybody by other customers because I even took down my website. I don't have a sticker on my truck. So there's no way for anyone to really find me unless someone tells someone about me. Insurance restoration. I don't think the economy is going to tank enough for people not to need work still done on their house. So I probably wouldn't get into insurance restoration stuff. And I don't know much about it, so yeah. Malachi, unless your name is Susan or Clarissa, don't be talking dirty to me. Oh, wait, you don't have a dot number on your... No, I don't have a dot number on my truck. I don't live in a freaking communist state. Brian asked, how much did your price fluctuate in the beginning? In the very beginning, like it was 08, so it was a really bad economy. It was a full-on recession. So I just kind of gauged how much money they had to spare and would work for whatever was in their budget. And one of my lines was, well, what type of budget did you have in mind for this project? Or just trying to get an idea of how much they had in mind to spend, because I'd take anything I could get when I started. Ryan Flax, what type of investments are you looking at currently to generate passive income? More houses, but I'm not going to get another house until I have one paid off. What is a dot number? A dot number is a Department of Transportation license number that in some states you have to have on the side of your truck. Licensing number. No, you read No's comment. No, I don't know if you feel like giving out this information, but what sort of communist socialist state do you live in? Someone asked for subfloor repair. What depth plywood do you use? Now you use the same thickness that the surrounding floor is. It's usually around 3/4 of an inch. Oh, I don't know how you say your name. It's all KRZYSZF. I wish I was around in '08. I would have bought a ton of houses. I'd be retired right now. Some people did figure out how to do that. Have fun, Malachi. 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch subfloor? I've never seen that. I've seen a 1/4 inch underlayment, but not at an actual subfloor that was 1/2 inch. I've used 3/4, or it's like 15, 30 seconds or something like that. Well, that would be no, not 15, 30 seconds. That's less than a half. Let's see here. What is this? How many CH of your estimate process is asking questions versus offering advice? I'm not sure how to interpret that one. What do I do with extra leftover materials? I burn them or throw them away. I used to store them for years. I had shelves. I tried to keep track of them. It just didn't work. So I just throw it out. Do I have commercial auto insurance? No, I do not have commercial auto insurance. Did your customer ever repaint that purple fireplace wall? No. I've just painted the cabinets that I built, and it's not purple. Here, it's actually this looks gray to you guys right here. There's some overspray. In different lighting, it looks gray. This is the color because I just painted the cabinets that go on either side of the fireplace. This one's that's the color right there. I must have missed something. 19 30 seconds, 23 30 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be somewhere around 3/4 for subfloor replacement. Is that a joke? I don't shout out channels. Okay, here we go. We've got it typed in correctly now. How much of your estimating process is asking questions versus offering advice? That it changes on every one. If you got to feel them out in your conversation, whether they need advice, if they're asking for advice, and asking the questions will give you the answers. So it's a whole feeling out process when you first talking over talking over their project. Oh yeah, man! Someone just said that they put down 3/4 inch hardwood. Is that like sand in place hardwood? Makes my back hurt just thinking about it. See you later, SCOT Scott. COLE. I don't know. You said your name was spelled backwards, but whole saw brand you use to cut the circle in the tile. Also, favorite drill bits. Oh, I just did get some new drill bits. They are Milwaukee. They're the Milwaukee Cobalt. They're most expensive ones you can get at Home Depot. What was the other question? Whole saw brand. It's usually this size, and just get it in the tile aisle at Home Depot or Lowe's. And it's the diamond encrusted hole saw for drilling through tile. Yeah, QEP, QEP. They make them. Wait a minute. Sammy, what'd you ask? What is the average percentage customer base, wife to husband? I don't know what that means. I never help anybody pick colors. The workshop, someone asked, how often do you use your bigger tools? Your red compressor, the bandsaw, and the drill press. I use them all the time when I'm in here. I used them a lot on this remodel, and I'm going to use them on the next one because I'm building a whole set of, hopefully I'm building a whole set of kitchen cabinet here. Oh, someone wants clarification. Who hires me, the wife or the husband? Mostly the wife. Most of the husbands are filing their fingernails and playing video games. Had to go, Brian, you're back from snow blowing? Yeah, most of my customers are women. It's weird because they're young. I live in a young, growing, area, and the women are addicted to HGTV. They're addicted to Pinterest. They're addicted to whatever, flip this, flop that house, all the renovation shows that's designed for women. So they're the ones that want their house done. The guys just want to play video games. Somebody asked, what jobs do I turn down? I turned down a plumbing job just yesterday. So I'm turning down more plumbing jobs, especially on condos where there isn't individual shutoffs for each unit. You have to call someone and schedule a time to shut the water off to a whole building. So I'm not doing that. I'm doing less large-scale flooring. Actually, no more large-scale flooring, like volume, like a lot of square footage. Trying not to do any roofing. Wallpaper? I've removed some wallpaper. I have not. I may have installed wallpaper once in my life. Goodman, we went over why I keep my location secret earlier. Does anybody want to fill them in on the threats that I get? Let's see here. Yeah, YouTube is dangerous, especially the bigger you get, the more threats you get. So Clarissa can't find me with her. I don't know. I don't want to get too dirty in here. You don't know how big this YouTube thing can get. I got to make sure I keep things relatively under control for future sponsorships. There was a guy who posted a video that he lost a $1 million sponsorship because he had a gun in his thumbnail. Yeah, we went over the whole troll thing. They have their gathering places. They were on the internet where they meet up and they pick a target and they basically try to destroy a person. Just like but they take it to an extreme level, like calling the police on people, filing false police reports. They're called internet trolls, Sammy. It's not something new. People have been swatted. People have been killed. I talked about the guy who got killed from being swatted many times. Somebody asked, what direction do you see your business going? Any changes? Yes. Mostly it's going to be moving towards my own properties and maintaining and renovating my own properties instead of other people's property. Yep. Who lost a $2.3 million sponsor? Tom, I don't know who that guy is. What did he do to lose that sponsor? Whew. Anybody know? Tom Serga? He's a comedian. Oh. All renters are bad. Actually, the girls that I have, the dirty girls, right? Filmed that filter by video, and I said how these girls are dirty, and one of them actually had an overnight guest that night. Um, uh, they're a little. Actually, the girl lives in the basement. She's a little. Whew, it's cold out here. I need to turn the heat or something. We back yet? Let's see here. Are we back? Joe Rogan about to lose his 3.5 million a year sponsor. What's his whoa, hey Paige. What sponsor is Joe Rogan about to lose? I'm curious about that one. No. Which sponsor? I didn't know what sponsor he had. He's probably got a ton of sponsors that we don't know about. So gonna have to ask you to finish the dirty girl. The tenant, they're both 23 years old, just graduated college. But they are super good about paying their rent. Man, I've gotten an overnighted envelope just to make sure that they got the rent on time. If they forget to send the rent in. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up. I still want to know what sponsorship Joe Rogan's going to lose. His best. Venmo is popular now. Is that the Venmo is the... It's always changing it, and it's usually the real young girls that ask to use these things. That's what it is. Like how to pay rent, how to pay bills, or how to pay me. This Venmo, that one. Google Wallet. I haven't used that one much. But they just send a check. Oh, yeah. I might look into getting that as a form of payment. Easy electronic transfer, so people don't actually have to write out a paper check to me. Is YouTube worth the effort, time, and threats? Well, that is a good question, and if you can make a ridiculous amount of money, an absurd amount of money, you can make more than a freaking brain surgeon on YouTube, just posting up handyman videos. And even though I at least have to do some work to make the videos, there are so many people that are making millions off of just being idiots on the internet. Let's see here. Yeah, handyman is making a killing. Let's see here. Are we back yet? Because Jacob just asked a good question. I don't know if these are residual or not. Is Jacob, anybody here? Everybody here? Buffering again, bud. So those are left over from the last one. Hopefully we're back. We're all back. Okay, good. I got kicked off. So Jacob asked a question, I think right before I got kicked off or right when I got back. Is your business all word of mouth? And I get this question almost daily. And the answer is yes. All word of mouth, zero advertising. I've never done any advertising. Did I see your crime scene video? No, I didn't. Do you personally know any other YouTubers? No, I do not. I don't know why I had to think about that. I don't personally know any other YouTubers. Your wife's too jealous? I don't get that joke. Oh, bro, I'm worried about your back. You got to start taking care. Get the Chinese massage with that ending. You're crazy. Jacob's been having a ton of good questions. You got any other questions, Jacob? If you're still here, hopefully you're still in here. Oh, here we go. Did you start out as an apprentice? Oh, you're new, aren't you, Jacob? I started in construction when I was a child. After high school, I was an electrician. I went to college. I got a bachelor's degree in construction management. I worked for both commercial, mixed commercial, and residential contractors as a superintendent and a project manager. And I always did side jobs all through college and less when I was a super. But then transferred into full-time when the market crashed in 2008. How's the fingers? Apparently you can't read, can you? So many people are asking, how's my finger? It's not my freaking finger. Read. You ever run out of do I ever run any promotions to get referrals? I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. So I've never run a promotion of any kind. Do I make money on these live chats? Not on this channel, I don't. Because this channel isn't monetized. This is just strictly for fun for now. The Handyman Business channel. Stay away from designers, architects, and engineers. How do you manage all your video storage with all the filming? Well, I got a new computer this summer, and it's got a huge internal hard drive. It's got two internal hard drives. And I've got two SD cards. I'm reading and losing my train of thought here. Can't forget Paige's question. I have some external hard drives for the old videos, but I've got like new videos, old videos. I got different stages of videos that I'm working on, and I just offload from the SD cards into folders for that specific video. I have lost footage before, which really sucks because it took a lot to get that footage. Where did those cabinets in your last video come from? I built them, Paige. I built them. Those videos haven't been out. And you have to stay up late to see the live stream when I did build them. All right, what am I doing here? Someone asked, why is that? I don't know. Same CEO as Twitter. Oh, who has the same CEO as Twitter? Oh, the video is called I Don't Need Cash something as a sponsor on Joe Rogan Clips channel. Oh. Yeah, a lot of people were pissed at Joe Rogan for not, of course, everybody knows this, going after that guy that he just interviewed, the CEO of Twitter, about all the censorship that they do on Twitter. Basically, it was real easy to see through it that he wasn't treating that interview like he should or like he has in the past. No, this is an S8 that I'm on right now. Somebody asked, what phone am I on? It's an S8 Plus, S8 Plus. And the reason I get kicked off is not because of the phone. It's the YouTube app. I probably had to go inside here. Joe's a sellout. Yeah, Joe's a rich-ass sellout, though. That's for sure. I do think he's got the integrity, and his whole claim to fame was he's got fuck it money. He doesn't have to, do what people tell him because he's got so much money and he can just do and say whatever he wants. Yeah, that's a good thing. He's got one bad video and everybody jumps on him. Hey, that's the way The internet works. Wrangler Star just did a video about it, about being blocked or banned by Joe Rogan. This is a good question. He probably knows my answer. That's why I asked it. How big of a problem do you think alcohol and drugs are in the construction business? Ideas to make the industry better. It's not going to get better. The only people who go into the construction industry are people who have problems. That's been my experience because they had trouble in high school. Either they couldn't get good grades, they couldn't focus, they had social problems, they couldn't go to college. And you see it. I saw it at, when I was built hundreds of houses. All the guys there had issues. The smartest people who make the best decisions in life, they don't go into the construction industry. It's just the way it is. In more rural areas of the country, that's not the case. But most of the larger cities and states that are highly populated, nobody goes into construction on purpose. They go into construction because it's their own option. I was the same way. I didn't pay attention in high school. Didn't get into college. Took what was it, 1 year? And we're back. We're buffering again. Buffering and buffering. Probably a good thing. What do you... Oh, we back? Because I love doing different things in different locations, plus the money is good. The money's good only if you own the business, which you do. And to run a business correctly, you really do need to get an education in running a business or hire someone that is good at running a business, which you do. I hired a lawyer. I got an accountant. But we're back. Anyways, I think I said enough about that. No, you don't make more money in the trades than going to college. That's bullshit. Unless you own a business, you're not making any money. Or unless you're high up as a project manager, or in construction sales. This thing on yet? Anybody out there? I see. Nope. I don't see. Oh, we are here. Yeah. You gotta. If you're gonna do it, you gotta put your time in, doing the hard, back-breaking labor, and then get out, or else you're gonna end up a cripple. Get out, get some business education, or pay very close attention to all the businesses that you had worked for. And apply that knowledge to starting your own business. Because the only people who make money in construction are the people who own it. Road construction in Ohio, like highway construction, make $100,000 a year. That's okay. Not much. I don't go very far around here. Yeah, problem solving is good. That's a great skill. Sometimes I think it's just a natural born character to be able to do problem solving. I think crane operators, they make some good money. Be a crane operator in the construction industry. But electricians, they don't make they don't make enough money for me to live off. Plumbers, carpenters, trim carpenters, door installers, windows installers. Don't 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 cut it in this day and age. Oh, someone asked a good question. Do you work for family members? And if so, how do you go about estimating a job? Thank you, answered your question. No, I don't work for friends or family. Go eat some dinner, Kenny. I like that name, Kenny, for some reason. Was it Kenny Powers? There's some TV show where there was a funny guy named Kenny. Paige, you really know how to get people's attention. It does really depend on the area of the country that you live in. I think the cost of living is generally the same. The big factors of where you live is your property taxes, your employment taxes, and the cost of housing. Those are some big factors that really dictate how much money you need to make just to live, and then you have to be able to put money away and invest so that you don't have to do highway construction for 30 years. Why is she? That was a pretty good one by Paige there. I don't know much about. I know New Jersey, they've got some pretty serious taxation. I don't know much about Tennessee. I think it's affordable to buy houses in Tennessee. $6,000 for 3 houses. So I could have 3 houses equaling $1.5 million, and I'd have less than $6,000 a year in property taxes. Because right now I've got 2 houses that are $1 million, and I think we pay $3,000 a year for both houses. I've never really heard much good about New Jersey, like ever. Oh, it's Malachi. Yeah, Boulder, Colorado. That's one of the top, expensive places to live. Sell them. I've thought about that. I could sell 2 houses. I mean, $1 million doesn't go anywhere. $2 million doesn't go anywhere these days. You can't retire off of $2 million at age 42. But I have thought of that. I told my wife, I'm like, hey, look at this house. Look at this freaking estate. It's a giant mansion on acreage with like a pond in the front and a pull around driveway. It's like $300,000. I'm like, can you imagine we living in a freaking mansion for $300,000? That's just crazy. But there's no money to be made there. We'd both take an extreme pay cut. We already looked at relocating, and we would have taken like crazy pay cut. Wow, $20,000 a year in property taxes. Holy cow. Would Paige crack another joke? Ooh, yes, she did. Someone says, last time I was there, I don't know where there is. Tiny 3-bedroom, it over $1.5 million. Real estate is cheap as fuck in Oklahoma. Yeah, who the hell wants to live in Oklahoma, though? You also have to think of your quality of life. I mean, there's certain places in Florida that I'm sure are real cheap, but they're cheap for a reason, because there's not a high demand to live there. I would never live in Florida. I'd visit there. Both my parents are winter in Florida, but the summertime is straight up miserable in Florida. I've tried to do summer in Florida. It's difficult. Dustin Tucci. Hi, I've seen you around before. I like saying your last name. What have you invested in? I have a what do I have? Financial manager, and he manages money in different mutual funds. I have what is it? What's the one you can max out? It's like it just got increased as an IRA. Um, I max that out every year. We also have a shitload of money in just the stock market and other taxable accounts, and we've got oh, we don't own $1 million in real estate, but our name is on it right now. Roth IRA, there it is. Am I happy with the shop? Of course, I'd love a bigger one. It just at this point there's this room and that room over there. You get through that door. I just need to make the time instead of doing 3-hour Instagram or YouTube live streams and clean, organize, build cabinetry, throw stuff out. That's not the hard part. The part that I'm really putting off is tearing out the old electrical and redoing all the outlet circuits. I got to have a lot of circuits. I got to get 220. I've got to get a couple different 220 circuits into that room over there. But I would like to bump it out this way, out the back there. They don't have elk in Nashville. It's my live streams are my excuse to procrastinate. That's exactly it. Is the table saw is yes, it's a 3 horsepower 220 table saw right there. It cuts out to 51 inch rip. It's gonna be a great video when I do the electrical. I think I got the lighting circuit on separated from the old. So yeah, I could at least turn the lights on while I do it. Why don't you do a live stream on the other page and make cash? Because the other YouTube channel is for homeowners and this one is for us. How do you talk clients into custom cabinets? In this case, hopefully this case, it is the turnaround time. Most cabinets take 2 months to get them. And I can build them right now. What'd Marty 1 say? Seriously? Marty 1. Florida's going to be underwater very soon. That's funny. It was before. All of Florida was underwater before. Ooh, Steph. We got another Steph. I think on this channel it could be monetized now, but I have to go in the settings and turn it on. And then I got to link it to a Google AdSense account in order to monetize on this channel. What size DeWalt has a 31.5 inch rip? I can't remember what I do have a DeWalt job site one. I can't remember what it is. 28, 30. Will I start doing meetups? No, I'm not that weird. I don't know. I shouldn't say I not do a meetup, but then that means I have to tell people where I live and stuff. DJM93 asked, besides big box stores, well, where else can you buy wood / material to build custom cabinets? Yeah, the cabinets that I'm going to build for this kitchen, I won't be buying the material at Lowe's or Home Depot. You have to go to a specialty store that sells hardwoods and sells all sorts of different species plywood. I'm lucky that I've got all that available to me here. It is a lot more expensive than Home Depot plywood. But just Google woodworking store, something like that. What is it, Rockler? I can't remember what the heck the name of it is. There's different woodworking stores. It's the places where you can go and buy Festool. Someone asked, when's my next vacation? I do not have a vacation planned. But it'll probably be next winter, like 2020. I sold my Harbor Freight ladder rack. Someone asked, how's your Harbor Freight ladder rack holding? I sold that a couple weeks ago. It held up great. I just doing something different with my truck. He says, are you talking online? Taking on less work because of the YouTube thing? Kind of, but I can't depend on YouTube or social media money. That's why I won't buy a new truck with the YouTube money. It has to go to some appreciating asset. I guess I'm a little bit more picky about which work I take on, but without the content, there are no YouTube videos. If there's no YouTube videos, there's no YouTube money. So I got to keep doing work. And like I said, eventually I hope to be buying more of my own houses to do the work on them. Do you still do any commercial work? As a laborer, I don't. No, I don't and didn't do very much commercial work. Ooh, DeWalt's coming out with a cordless router. I wonder what battery it'll take. Home Depot did put a lot of lumber yards out of business. I just don't use them. I mean, there's lumber yards around here, but their hours are shit. It's just not convenient. I can buy a whole crap load of 2x4s from Home Depot. If I run out, or no, I don't run. If I got too many, I just take them right back and take them back to any Home Depot in the area. There's like 20 of them around here. And they return them, no questions asked. So, yeah, it's just so easy to use them. Did you put a topper on your truck? I did put a topper on my truck. Rockler. Rockler's the one that, what did I call it? Rockler? I think it's Rockler. They sell fancy. They sell cabinet grade wood, plywood. You took them out and did donuts in the Boobaroo? That's cool. When's the last time I used the planer? I don't know. It's been a long time. But if I need one, I got it. I gotta go plug you guys in. It's got a warning down to 15%. I think I'll use my chainsaw more planer. Why don't I have employees? Employees are bloodsuckers. You know how much it costs to have an employee? Is this frozen? No, I don't think it's 50 degrees in here. Still. Let's see here. Buy your timber at local lumber yard and suppliers at Woodcraft or online or Rockler. I'll have to look up those names. Woodcraft, Rockler, see if there's any around town here. Wife's interfering with your happy time? There's a good... Scrolling up, scrolling up. Please stop ignoring an answer. Should I say a roast? What do you mean? Have I ever had a client that made me nervous? No. If they make me nervous, they don't turn into customers or clients. A real dad. Why do you keep brake rotors on top of your wood stove? Are they part of the design? Vent blowers? They are thermal mass to keep heat coming out of them. Screw VCG. What's VCG? Chiba? It's weird. His name is Smoking Chiba 420, but I always think to call him Shiba for some weird reason. Maybe the S and the CH Iba. No, I never. Oh, someone asked, do you ever hang out with clients outside of working for them? Absolutely not. Business stays at the business. You can grow your business by hiring employees. I would make less money if I hired employees. I'd have 10 times the liability, and I'd have to increase my volume by 7 to 10 fold to make the same amount of money that I do now. A lot of people get stuck into trying to grow that business and grow that business. They end up losing their ass. When am I going to have merchandise shirts? I don't know. Do you like to read? When I have the time. When I'm on vacation, I do. VCG is a YouTuber. Oh, I didn't know that. So I've been watching for 2 hours. Where are the girls in bikinis? That's funny. Paige, put on a bikini. Paige, you missed this. I answered this question earlier. It took place in freaking Fort Lauderdale and had to do with a lot of the work that you do. Dealing with roach shit. And roaches in general. So yeah, when I work, you can scroll back, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half in. I was talking about all the roaches that I ran into in Florida. I don't know what you mean, Malachi. Should I say a burn? Please answer. How do I deal with customers that are indecisive and expect perfection? Well, first, the expect perfection part. It's up to you or me to set the expectation and to maintain clear communication to know exactly what they expect. And I don't take on jobs that I can't exceed that expectation. Customers that are indecisive, sometimes, well, up to a certain point, you just deal with it and listen and deal with the changes as long as they're willing to pay for it. Then it gets to a point where you can start directing them and not letting them be so indecisive. Just kind of say, this is the way it is. Pages in the house, getting rowdy. Woo! What are your thoughts on selling furniture for animals? Sometimes, like, I don't know if this is a real question or not. What are your thoughts on selling furniture for animals? Like cat trees. Okay, I think this is a real question. Like a scratching post? I don't know if there's a market to sell scratching posts. I don't know how you're going to make a lot of money off of it. Oh, Jake Jones is back? I believe you don't use... Yeah. Can't believe I don't use a credit card. It ain't worth the risk. I don't have the discipline to charge $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Yeah, I specialize in animal. Hey, if there was a market for building and selling cat trees, hey, I'd be building cat trees right now. I don't think there's much of a market for it. Andrew Parker asked a great question relevant to this channel, the business channel here. Where'd it go? When you don't know the answer to a customer's questions, what's the best way to answer it without losing the customer's confidence in you? Man, that is a great question and very relevant point. And you know when you say it wrong, you know when the confidence leaves your voice, and you can't let that happen. I I don't know the correct answer for that. Experience, years and years of customer interactions, and just years of experience in whatever you're specializing in. Um, I'm getting pretty good at it now. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, I handled that good. But I totally know when I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm not sure what I know what I'm talking about. And if I know it, I'm pretty sure they know it. They'll just notice a difference in the way that you're speaking. So it's practice. Practice is I guess my answer to that. Okay, scrolling up here. So how did you build credit if you don't have a credit card? I don't even know if I have credit. I don't need credit. I've got cash because I don't have credit. There you go. That's why. Uh, yeah, well, Paige, you can always liven things up. Yeah, we're trying to keep things business related, but if you want to talk dirty to everybody, it's you can do that. Eric Young's got some good advice on that question about answering customer questions. You build a $500 doghouse? Is that $500 in materials, or is that what you got paid? You do need to be a bullshitter. You need to be, but you can't. The art of bullshitting is to bullshit and not sound like you're a bullshitter. Mr. Fixit asks a question. Have you ever thought about doing a handyman instructional course or book? You probably make a fortune. Nope, I haven't. I'd rather, I guess, put the information that I have in Q&A format on this YouTube channel. And the only thing it costs you is your time. You got to sit through 3.5 hours to hear all the question and answer. That's great. Smoking Chiba Chiba. Smoking Chiba Chiba? Is that a song? What time is it? 5:20. I'm catching up quick here. Holy cow, it's getting nippy. It's still 50 degrees. Maybe it's under a light or something. It doesn't feel like 50 degrees in here. Malachi, I ain't paying attention to your questions unless it's related. $500 in materials for a doghouse. What was in it? I'd love to see a video on that doghouse. Someone asks, I've never been self-employed. How do tax deductions on tools, etc. work? The basics. So there's taxable income. And to reduce that taxable income, you spend it. So you buy a $1,000 table saw, you just reduced your taxable income by $1,000. You buy a $600 track saw, you reduce your taxable income by $600. So it reduces the amount of money that is taxed. Someone asked, have you ever had to use you videos of a job to go back and show a client what you did or didn't do? Nope, I haven't. I do take pictures, photographs to document certain things that I've done in case I need to do that. Oh man, we're catching up. We're having a lot of repeat questions. Alex asks, what are your thoughts on working for realtors getting properties ready to sell? I think that's a great stream of income, great line of referrals. Realtors are always looking for someone new because the good ones are always booked. So it's easy to get in with realtors because, well, the good ones are always booked, and they're always about needing people right now. That's why I don't do much work with realtors, is because they need work now, work done like immediately, and I just can't do that. Yeah. Oh, Wiggle Spank's in here, huh? How do I get by with a short bed truck? Well, a short bed truck these days is 5.5 feet. Mine's at least 6.5 foot. There's a lot of new half-ton trucks you can't even get in an 8-foot bed. So 6.5. Well, I get by. I just loaded up two 53-inch by 33-inch by 24-inch cabinets with the faces and the lids and all the shelves, and was able to deliver them. I would like to get a full 8-foot bed, but there's not much room for a truck that size in the city. I don't know about you. He doesn't. Well, what don't I do? Chiba 420? What don't I do? Oh, do I? Someone asked if I smoke weed. No. African safari hunt in your future. You had to see the video I filmed last night if you want to see some African animals. No, not going to Africa. Yeah, someone's asking how I get by in a full-size 6.5 foot bed, and Chiba 420 is driving around in his Lesbaru. What's for dinner? I don't know. I'm starving though. Yeah, I do use the JML Colorado. Basically, uses his truck how I use mine. I'm trying to get away from the trash hauling. I'm forcing myself. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll start ordering dumpsters or something. That's why I put the topper on. Mainly is to protect the stuff that's in the bed of my truck from weather. Like, I would not have been able to deliver those cabinets in a snowstorm the other day if I didn't have the truck cap on there. But I use my truck as a garbage truck quite a bit. When do you pee when you are live, and when do you sleep? When do I pee when I'm live? I don't know what that means. Like, I'm not a girl. I don't have to pee every hour. Do I ever consider a dumpster trailer? Um, I, there's no way for me to get the truck, my tool trailer, and the dump trailer to a job site, and I don't want to be doing the swapping around. Um, I have thought about it. It's just not going to work. Somebody asked if I ever tried those dumpster bags. You can actually buy them, I think, at Home Depot, and then make the call, and they'll come pick it up. I haven't used it, but I have read into it and considered it. I was pretty much a cheap ass, and I charge people for the dumpster taking the trash out, and I don't know. Maybe I will do that. What is your travel radius of work typically? Basically, how far? It's not really how far I have to drive, it's how long traffic takes me to get there. So it could easily take me 45 minutes to an hour to get to someone's house. Typically, it's 30 to 35 minutes to get to someone's house, though. See you, Malachi. Hey, Gatorade bottle. My freaking trailer is filled with Gatorade bottles filled with piss. They're all frozen now, though. I got a... Yeah, and I'm not drinking, and I haven't had a drink in forever. Damn. Dumpster bags are $375. Jeez. That's probably why I don't use them. I'd rather pocket that $300. That's a good idea, Kenny. I've thought about putting some sort of little septic system out the back. That's funny. Okay, I get 30-yard dumpster for that cost. Yeah. The thing is, you order a dumpster to a house, you're putting a red flag on that house that says, hey, come see what's going on in this house, inspector or ordinance guy. I've done some jobs where we have a dumpster dropped at like the last thing Friday and picked up the very first thing Monday, just to not alert anybody that there's a major gut job going on inside the house. Someone bought some Calypso rum. That's hilarious. 200 for a 10-yard dumpster for 24-hour turnaround. That's too pricey for me. That's why I take it in my pickup truck to the dump myself. Someone asked about going door to door. I don't know. I've never done the door to door, so I don't have really any experience about going door to door or putting out flyers or anything. Wait, what was that question? CC forms? Oh, Eric Young asks about CC forms of credit card payments. I've taken PayPal a few times. I haven't done this Venmo. Venmo has come up a few times in this live stream. I may want to look into it. I know the younger crowd uses those electronic Venmo things, and as that market gets larger and larger, the people who are younger than me, they're becoming more and more homeowners every day. That Venmo thing, but I really only take cash or check. First name Handy, last name Man. Venmo sent me an email saying I couldn't use them for my business. Oh. Maybe don't tell them it's for a business. Google Pay is more secure. This is good information that we're all gathering here. I like the feedback from you guys. Oh, PayPal owns Venmo. Oh. Interesting. Most of my customers are pretty well off and can write big checks. Like they've got the money. They can write a check for $10,000. They don't have to charge it. Hell, I'm going to get a $10,000. It's actually, I don't know, they added some more. I got to figure out how much I'm going to charge them to hang these 4 curtain rods, but $10,300 is what I'm invoicing for, and probably get a check for that tomorrow. So a lot of them don't need to use credit cards. Handyman, if you were starting over, what would you do differently? I would do advertising, or I'd look into all the social media. And I'm not talking about YouTube or Instagram or Twitter. The social medias, maybe some, I don't know if they do it on Facebook. The next door, back page, those type of things, where the social media is neighborhood related, and try to grow my business faster. Because it took me a while starting in the recession, full time in the recession, to get to where I'm at now. No, not $10,300 to hang curtain rods. The balance that they owe me is $10,300, but they just added hang these 4 curtain rods for us. So I don't know what I'm going to charge them for the curtain rods. What the hell is the new face in the left corner? This thing? That's not new. That's been around for a long time. I can't. The thing is, I've been lowering my prices the more that they've been adding, because technically probably could charge them, I don't know, $600 to hang 4 curtain rods. No, I probably won't even charge them. There's a thing, you got to be careful before you do that. Is real estate slowing down in your area? No, real estate is not slowing down here ever. Do it for free. I want dinner and dessert. Could do that. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Been on here for 3 hours and 45 minutes. If you didn't see the beginning, we got some great chainsaw activity. Of course, everybody tells me that the live stream buffered on my first cut, but I got these cuts made. And I think it's on the beginning part of this. You're going to live stream tonight? I've already been on for 3 hours and 47 minutes. There's a lot of good questions and a lot of good answers in the chat feed here. So the way this works is it's going to take a while for YouTube to process this video. Once it's processed, it could take hours. The live stream will show up on the side, and you can read everybody's questions and read everybody's comments back and forth to each other. Someone asked, did the market here slow down in 2007? It did for a few days. That's about it. It didn't last long at all here. What brand of watch is yours? It's a Rolex. Time is your din. It's time for my din right now. Oh yeah, tag me, Sen. on the on Instagram. Show me that dog house. I'd be interested in seeing that. I'll be back later. She does go to bed real early, so, and she actually has to work tomorrow. So maybe I'll come back on. Maybe I ought to monetize.